usually awkward. I mean, I don't know how to start it. I don't want to start it with anything, but we'll go ahead and start it with your name.
Hi. Wait.
That's the worst.
Why did I hit it? Hi. Wait. Do I talk into it?
No, I mean, it's pointless because they're not recording, so.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Okay. Hi. I'm Kazey.
Yeah. Is Kazey your full name, or do you have like a middle name, a last name?
Me llamo Kazey Olvera. I go by Kazey.
Okay, say that again.
Cassandra
Lasset?
Olvera.
Lasset's your middle name? Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 19. I just turned 19 in December.
Okay. And you're originally from North Dakota?
I don't even want to say that I'm from North Dakota because I didn't live
You
there.
were born. Okay.
I was born there.
Okay.
Didn't live there.
And you came to Texas?
I'm from North Texas, technically.
So what is North Texas?
What do you mean, what's North Texas?
Is it like... It's like saying, oh, I'm from South Texas. You know what I mean?
No.
But it's like, no. Is it San Antonio? Is it Corpus? Is
Okay. Okay, I'm from North Texas, DFW area. From Weatherford. It's a small town. West of Fort Worth. Spent a lot of time in Dallas for volleyball. That's about it.
Is that the only sport you played?
I played softball for 1 year, my junior year of high school. I was a baller. Got in the park home run on my first game.
Oh, interesting. Okay, varsity or JV? Because if we're talking JV, then...
Well, that game was JV, but I played with varsity too.
Okay, interesting. Okay. So volleyball and softball.
And then I cheered.
Okay. All 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Well, not my senior year actually, because I was only a senior for half a semester.
Yeah? How does that work?
Because I graduated early.
Oh, okay. Okay, congrats. Okay, so now you are in San Marcos.
Yes.
So what sparked the move to San Marcos? And why San Marcos?
It was literally the only place accepting applications when I was starting to look at schools in Texas. I applied to Texas State in like late July, early August, and they were the only ones accepting applications because I was supposed to go to California, but that didn't happen.
Okay.
So now I'm here.
Why didn't California happen? And what part?
My parents didn't want to pay for it,
Okay.
and they didn't want me to take a year off from school, which was annoying too, but whatever. And then I was gonna go to, I was looking at UC Irvine, Cal State, Fullerton, just one of the Cal States probably.
Gotcha. So what were you planning on studying? What do you want to study?
Well, I was studying finance and economics, double major with a fashion merchandise minor.
Okay. Why finance?
You really want to know the story? Because I was an accounting major, but then one night my family, we went out to eat at this hibachi grill, and this lady sitting next to us basically, she was saying that she was a finance major and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, cool. And then they left before us, and then we left like soon after them, and she was still like outside like talking with whoever, and she got in this really nice car, so I was like, I'm gonna change my major to finance.
Okay, so that's what really drove you to commit to it. Okay. And why fashion merchandise?
Because I love fashion.
Okay. Your unique style fashion.
Yeah, my bold fashion. Or what was it? Braves? Bold? I don't know.
Something around the word. Okay. Do you want to work for a big corporation like Prada, Gucci, Dior, or do you plan on like starting your own brand?
Well, the plan was, like, before COVID hit, was to graduate with my bachelor's and hopefully work under, like, Dior, Prada, Fendi, and then just, like, get the steps in, basically, into the luxury business and how to do my own thing, but then at the same time, like, working on my own brand and, like, create my own luxury brand to compete, like, with them, that sort of thing.
How did COVID have an impact? How did it change your vision or your dreams? In what way did it affect it?
Well, since everything like had to switch online, basically, I can't do online classes. Like, I'll try, but like I just can't focus no matter what. I'll like put myself in our study rooms that we have in our apartment, but I'll still like get distracted, like just like wandering off or like not being attentive, whatever the word is. Yeah. And so then it just wasn't for me. So like last semester I did awful. And so then my parents realized, like, oh, maybe you do need a break. And I was like, yeah, I've been needing a break. I've literally been nonstop school every single semester. I'm not even kidding. My first break was this past July.
Okay.
And that was only because no classes that I needed were offered. Ever since pre-K, I've been in school.
Okay. And you feel burned out?
Yes.
So you don't like school?
No, I never have. That's why I graduated early. That's why I'm so ahead.
Okay, because you liked it and you wanted to finish earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Also, COVID pretty much impacted in the sense that school, in the way of school, right? School is pretty much the only way it's impacted your life.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So now you've decided no school or until COVID finishes, or until you not COVID finishes, but till you're able to go back to regular inside class.
Yeah, it just kind of depends.
Okay.
My parents said, like, if I withdrew now, then I would have to pay for my own, like, later on if I wanted to go back. So then I was like, I don't know. If I feel like going back, maybe I will, but I probably won't, to be honest.
Okay. So if you don't go back to school, what do you want to do?
Hopefully take off with my brand.
Okay.
And work that out.
And tell me a little bit more about your brand, or what is it? Like, what do you want to start? Like a clothing line?
Well, right now I want to work on like clothing, like a clothing line that's like comparable to the luxury retailers that you see everywhere. So like Dior, Chanel, Fendi, Burberry, those brands. That's what I want it to build to. And then eventually I'll like pass that off to someone to be like the main person, and then I'll be the CEO, and then eventually like further on I want to become an angel investor and start investing in like smaller businesses.
Okay. What kind of businesses? Just any?
Any
Okay.
that strike my interest that I feel like need a shot.
Okay.
And then I want to like expand my dad's business, because he has a masonry business called 4G&H Masonry. If you're in the DFW area.
Okay.
He did. If y'all watch Texas Rangers, he did Shinsu. No, not Shinsu. What's his name? The other pitcher. I forgot his name. His outdoor fireplace.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you know anything about masonry? What is masonry?
Masonry is like you could have, like the city could have asked my dad to do this,
Okay.
but like with real rock, not whatever this
Gotcha.
this plastic is. Yeah. So he does like retaining walls, outdoor fireplaces, indoor kitchens, fireplaces in general, any stonework really. Like he's redone houses, like those big houses in University in Fort Worth. He like took off all whatever they had on there and like redid all the brickwork or whatever they wanted on there. Yeah, he does that sort of thing.
Okay. How do you want to expand his business? Or what do you want to do? What would you like to do?
Right now he has it real local, real small, just like a few men, which is how he likes it. But like he could also expand it. Like he could expand it to where he has more managers that are like him, but he's obviously like the head person.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like have like training built out to train new people, because that's like the one thing he mainly told me was like it's hard to find like good hard workers, which is true. So maybe like if he had like a specific criteria to go off,
Okay.
finding a new person and then having that training like for them exactly like how he wants them to do it and stuff.
I see. Okay.
And then expanding that all throughout Texas first, and then eventually expanding nationwide in America. Because he has had someone ask him to come to Colorado to do some work out there.
Are you close with your parents?
No.
No. Okay. Why is that?
I don't know. It just always, well, I don't know. I've just always felt closed off to them for some reason. Like whenever I first told them like I wanted to go see a therapist or like a counselor or something, my mom, she was like, "Oh, you're just being dramatic, like you're crazy," and stuff like that. So that like made me feel like, oh, maybe I am crazy, like maybe I'm just making stuff up and stuff like that. And so it just made me like feel closed off, feeling like I couldn't like really be open and tell her anything because she's just gonna call me crazy, you know, that sort of thing.
And how has therapy helped you?
Therapy made me realize like why I was feeling those things. Like I wouldn't have known why I felt closed off to my parents. I would just be like, well, I don't know, I just do. But like my therapist helped me realize exactly why I felt closed off for the most part, and like she was helping me work on breaking down those walls and stuff with like everyone.
So Texas State, how do you like it so far?
It's okay.
Yeah.
I was just there for last semester. My classes were online. I would go on campus like once a week for my accounting class, but that's about it.
Okay. So do you plan on staying?
No.
No?
No.
Where do you plan on?
Well, next year I want to move to Austin.
Okay. Like next year, like school-wise, or like
No.
2022?
Like, well, I guess like this year
Okay.
in the summer, like August,
Okay.
I want to move to Austin.
Why Austin?
Because it's bigger than San Marcos, and definitely like the job opportunities are better. But yeah, that'll just give me like a nice little stepping stone to like keep building up, basically.
Okay. So tell me about your brand. Like, what? Because I remember you mentioned you wanted to start a blog.
Why'd you say it twice?
Blog. Because vlog and blog, the way I pronounce them usually doesn't come out the correct way. So I just wanted to emphasize the blog part.
So I want to start a blog with a
Okay.
B on the blog. So it's called Real Shit because I talk about real shit.
Okay.
And so like the main like little one sentence thing is I share perspective on unshareable topics. So unshareable topics could be anything from like therapy, because people don't want to talk about therapy, they don't want to talk about mental health issues, especially guys, like they're more closed off, they feel like they have to be a head honcho and all that bullshit. Like open up, like stop being stupid. And then like sex, no one really publicly talks about their sex life or anything.
Okay.
I like to talk about that sort of thing, like just because I feel very open about it.
Okay.
Maybe I won't have my mom listen to this because she still thinks I haven't done anything. For real. They literally asked me. They were like,
How long ago?
Labor Day weekend.
Oh,
That's whenever
when was Labor Day?
September.
Okay, a couple months ago.
So that's whenever they like came down, visited.
Okay.
That's whenever I had to open up to them. Basically, broke down in tears.
Okay.
Opened up to them, and then they were like a little more understanding, and were like, if you need help, like you can go talk to someone. If you need to be on medication, you know.
Of course.
That was really weird.
Why?
Because I'm not used to opening up to them. So it's like different. Yeah, so that happened. And then they asked me, they were like, are you sexually active? And I was like, no, of course not. I was like, you already know I don't want kids. So, no, I'm not going to risk that. So, no, to this day, I'm Holy Mary.
You're waiting till marriage. Got it.
I'm waiting till death, okay?
Death. True.
Yes.
And what else? What else do you want to talk about?
What do you mean?
No. Like on your blog.
It's like, I don't know what you want.
No. So you said you wanted to talk about mental, like going to therapy, mental illness, sex,
Just
and
like
what else?
anything that nobody wants to talk about.
Okay. Why do you think nobody likes talking about these topics?
Because people feel judged. People feel scared. Mainly judged. That's the main one. Like,
Okay.
people are always thinking about what other people are gonna say about them. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you go to therapy? You must be a crazy psychotic bitch, huh?" And I'm like, "Yes, but that's not the point." Just kidding. I'm not psycho.
Okay. Judge. Do you feel judged? Are you scared of being judged? Because I'm sure everybody gets judged one way or the other. But
Yeah,
are
that's like one
you-
of the things I was working on in therapy.
Like what?
Like not caring about what people are thinking, so saying
Do you care what people think about you?
yes,
Okay.
very much. I try not to. Like I don't show it, but like that's like one of the things that eats me inside, like constantly. Because like how I think, I'm like, if I'm thinking about it, then there has to be at least one other person thinking the same thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
And what have you been doing? Like, what has therapy helped you? Like, I'm sure because of COVID, you're currently not going to therapy again. But what, from the lessons, from the time you were there, like what is something that helped you? Like, not really care about what people thought about you.
She told me to change my mindset.
Okay.
Like anytime, any thoughts that would come into, any negative thoughts that would come into my mind, she'd say to immediately change it and switch it.
Interesting. This might sound like a sarcastic or stupid question, but I really mean it. Like, how do you change it?
I force myself to.
Like think about something different?
Yeah, I immediately force myself to think about something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see, because I've heard that before, but I never understood how.
Like people did it.
Yeah, like how.
For
Even though it
me-
might seem simple like that, just think about something else. But it's just at that moment you're just so focused on whatever's happening that you really can't think about nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just forced myself to think about something else.
Do you think about anything specific, or do you just think about any random thing, just to get yourself out of that mindset?
It depends. Sometimes I like just look away and look at something. So like if my dog's there, then I'll just look at him
Okay.
and then like kind of mess with him.
Okay.
If I like am not around something like that, or if I'm like more into it, I guess, like deeper into the thought, then I'll like I'll think about like why I need to be here.
Okay.
So like I'll think about my brand, I'll think about like my blog, I'll think about that sort of thing. I'll think about like my best friend, my best friends.
Okay. So what are a couple of topics that make you feel like you're being judged? Like, is it when you wear something, or is it like when you try to talk about something?
When I talk, when I do something.
Just in general, like when you
Oh, yeah.
talk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The way I do things,
Okay.
the way I dress, the way I look.
Oh, just pretty much everything and anything.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So does that like stop you from doing a lot of things?
Sometimes.
Like, what is something that stopped you that you wanted to really do, and then you're like, oh no, I'm gonna get judged. For example, me. Yesterday I was gonna go work out at the park, and I had my weights. I'm like, no, I really don't know what workouts to do, so I'm like, no, I'm just gonna get judged by the way I'm doing it, so I just decided to just work out at home.
Yeah.
So like, what's something that?
That's why I don't work out at gyms. That's why I
Okay.
work out at Orange Theory, because they tell me what to do.
Okay.
And
Shout
that's
out.
what I need. Shout out Orange Theory, San Marcos. Just kidding.
Okay, no, but but what's something?
Well, like the other day, I told my, I was talking to my roommate or my friends, and I was telling them how like I always want to walk out onto the balcony and just shout and just be like, "Hello, everybody," and then I want them to like all walk out onto their balconies and be like, "Hey, how are y'all doing?" But that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just like one of a trillion, I guess.
Okay. Besides thinking about something different, like how else? Oh, for example, if you want to get into fashion, which you already are, how can you maneuver like before? Like me too. Like I wanted to wear like weird outfits, things that people really don't wear, like here in Texas. But then like the moment I would put it on and I would leave like the house, I always had like something extra like in the back seat. And whenever I walked like to a store and like people just glanced at me, they weren't even looking at me, but they just looked my direction. I'm like, oh, they're judging me. So after that store, I would just go back to the car,
And
either
change.
go home and like just end my day there, or like just change and put something like a regular t-shirt on, or like a hoodie on or something, and like just change out of that. Like,
Well, whenever I dress out, I have to be 100% confident in what I'm wearing. Like the outfit I wore yesterday, I wanted to change.
okay, why is that?
Because I felt like the skirt was too long.
Okay.
And it was too long. It was
Okay.
so annoying. And then like I wanted my legs to be smaller, like on my thighs, so that the skirt would look better, so that my thighs weren't like touching, since there was a slit right here. But yeah.
And what forced you to not change?
Because I knew it was a different outfit that I hadn't put together before,
Okay.
and I knew you would like it, so I was like, you'll think it's cool, maybe. But then there's still that feeling like maybe he thinks I look retarded. So yeah. Yeah, I definitely didn't like the socks I wore either. I didn't like that. I thought it would look better, but no. I didn't like that. But yeah, whenever I go out into public and I'm dressing out, I have to make sure I'm 100% confident in what I'm wearing. And I always do that by playing like my hype music. So that'll be like EDM, like house music or something,
Okay.
or some techno, or like, I don't know, what's going, like, who's trending right now? Like Megan Thee Stallion. I'll put some of her songs on, depending. And then if people like look at me, I don't think of them like judging me. I think of them because I know I already like my outfit and I know I look good, so I just take it as compliments whenever
Okay.
people look at me. That's my mindset whenever I go out.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna throw you a curveball. Not to be a pessimist, but what if how do you? That's a good mindset. That really is a good mindset. But like for me, you know what I mean. So I asked because maybe like something you say might like change the way I think. So what like if someone like maybe had something like on their nose and they were about to sneeze and they do like a face gesture, you know what I mean? It looks like if they're giving you an ugly look, but you know, and you notice that and you take that into account. Like, does that bother you?
I
or-
usually just keep looking at them until they're done to see if they are making a weird look.
Okay.
I will
easy.
stare people down. Like I don't care.
Interesting.
I'll
okay.
stare people right back in the eye. And I'll look at them up and down to be like, oh, like you wish you looked this good? Yeah, I know. That's kind of what that's probably why people think I'm mean.
Gotcha.
Because now that I think about, yeah, that's what I do. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Okay, so fashion. besides fashion, what else are you interested in? Like, what else gets
Anime.
anime is really big. I think like a lot of people are jumping on that trend. I mean, I get on TikTok and all these people are doing rugs about anime characters. I mean, don't get me wrong, they look super cool, but what is like your favorite anime? So like if there's a newbie like myself, and like what is like the first anime recommendation?
Probably Demon Slayer right now.
Demon Slayer, okay.
Yeah, that's super good. And they had it on Netflix, but then I think they took it off or something because they just released it again on Netflix.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, which is really weird.
You see, I was on TikTok and like there was this person like saying like recommendations. I don't know, like, and I went and I started looking at one anime, but it's just different. So I need to start off like really like simple, like something basic. So I'll probably check out Demon Slayer and see how it goes. Okay, but besides anime, what else?
I don't know. My whole world revolves around fashion. I will look at clothes all day.
Okay.
Like back in high school, like when I was in class, I would go on websites and just look at the clothes.
Okay.
I'd go window shopping, but online.
Okay. Is there like a place where you look at clothes more? Like you find yourself looking more at
Zara.
Okay.
That's the main one that I go to.
Okay. Have you thought about flipping clothes?
I used to, but I didn't know how to sew, and then I didn't have like my own sewing stuff.
Okay.
That was like a long time ago.
Okay.
When
Like
I was younger, big into DIY stuff.
Gotcha. So now like going to a thrift store, like getting an outfit together, like styling it up, and then going to go take pictures of it, and then going and like selling it like on Depop. So like if you bought it for $5, sell it for $20.
No, I've never done that. I'll think about it.
So like, what about fashion? Like the more I start finding my own style, the more confident I get. But like why is fashion like so important to you?
Because I feel like it's the only way you can express yourself without actually talking.
Okay.
Wow, that was pretty good.
That
I
was
came
good.
up with that on the spot.
That was really good.
Wow, it's Shakespeare. Wait, so it's gonna be loud. Do you hear it?
Just a little bit. Yeah. You can turn it up if you want.
That was loud.
Fashion. Okay. If you were able to move anywhere, where would you move? And keeping fashion in mind.
Somewhere in Europe, or maybe Tokyo.
Oh, Tokyo. Okay, yeah. Why Tokyo? Let's go with Tokyo because that really sparks my interest.
Because their fashion is phenomenal over
Oh, they
there.
are. Okay, yeah, I agree, 100%. Have you been?
No,
Okay,
I don't have a passport yet.
okay. Have you been anywhere?
I've been to California.
New York. New York's amazing, especially whenever it comes to fashion.
Yeah.
Whenever I was first taking pictures, I really didn't know what kind of like photos I wanted to take until I went to New York just by myself, and I was walking the streets, and I saw this Prada poster board, and she was like this, and that's like my favorite pose because of that poster board that I saw, and I started to realize what kind of like photography I liked and I enjoyed, and I don't know, I just think like locally, like in the United States, New York's the closest to like Europe, I'm assuming, whenever it comes to fashion.
Oh, for sure.
Have you thought about going to New York?
Yeah. I was gonna go with my ex-best friend
Okay.
at one point.
But
But we're not friends anymore.
okay. So why don't you just take a random trip to New York?
Because I have my parents holding me back right now.
Okay. I don't know. I just think traveling is like super important and crucial whenever like you're developing your
That's what I'm saying.
whenever you like it's not just about like traveling and like seeing something cool. I mean, even though that is like that is a big part of it, but you go and you go to New York and you see how people from New York live and you see how different they are than the people that live in Texas, even by the way they speak, their dialogue, just everything changes. You go to New York, it's a little bit colder out there, so their fashion changes as well.
It's all about culture. That's why I want to travel.
Yes.
That's why, like, I'm glad I finally got this job, so I'm gonna start saving as much as I can,
Okay.
so then I can move to Austin, be closer to my job, keep saving up, and then eventually start traveling.
Okay. Why eventually?
Because I want to have money
Okay.
when I travel.
How much money do you want to have? Money for what? You go to New York, you could buy a slice of pizza for $1.50. I mean, you're not gonna be eating like sushi or like caviar or nothing like that. But
Well, you don't know me.
no. No, but what I was trying to get to is like, you don't really need
Like
a lot of money to go. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
you need money to stay there. You need
of
money
course. But
to
there's
shop.
ways- Of course.
Because that's what I'm gonna be doing.
Of course, I see. So you want to go whenever you want to go and just enjoy the full thing instead of just going and just saying, you know what, I went to New York, I explored.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how long do you think that's going to take you to get to that spot where you could just go and like shop all you want?
Hopefully I can do it like within this next year or two.
Okay.
If I keep grinding out.
For sure. Okay. So New York and then anywhere else?
I want to go to Canada.
Why Canada? Just
I don't know. I've just always wanted to.
okay.
It just seems interesting. I want to go to Montreal, Quebec. I just want to be out of country. So I want to go to London. I want to go to Bulgaria. I want to go to Switzerland, Australia, New Zealand, all of Asia, South Africa, Egypt, Greece.
Just all over the world, pretty
Yeah.
much. Okay. You see, Tokyo. I think Tokyo should definitely be number one.
Did we met you?
Okay, Tokyo. What is something you want to wear, but at the moment you're just kind of like timid to wear? Is there like a style you wanna?
No, I'm not afraid to wear anything.
Really? Okay. You see, I recently saw an interview with Bad Bunny, and he was wearing a skirt.
Mm-hmm.
It looked cool. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, there's like people like in Tokyo too. Like, I look at the street fashion and like they're wearing all these different things. And how does someone find their style? You see, because that's something I was having trouble doing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I personally like, I want to be unique, but sometimes it's hard to be unique if you don't know what your style is. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what you really like. So what I started doing, like, I started seeing like the fashion trends right now, like where it's like the Jordan 1s and the cargo pants and then stuff like that. And I started doing that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I started jumping on the trend because, first of all, I like the outfit, so like it gives me that boost of confidence. But expands my mind a little bit more than just like Vans, short shorts, and like oversized shirt, which I love, and that's all I used to wear. You know what I mean? But how does one find their style? How did you start getting into fashion, and how did you start finding your own style, especially your unique, bold style?
I don't like being like everyone else.
Of course.
So that's one thing that always pushed me. Like, like right now, like how the Air Force Ones, like every single little white girl has that. I will not buy one. I will not buy a single pair, no matter what.
Okay.
So, whatever's trending, I won't do.
Okay.
For the most part, yeah.
Okay.
And if I do it, like I usually do like my own thing
Your
with
own take to it, yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll try it out, but I'll probably won't like it because I feel like too comfortable.
Okay.
Too or too uncomfortable because it's like everyone else.
Gotcha.
That's
okay.
More like it, yeah.
I see. But how do you find?
And then finding your style.
How did you find your style?
Basically, just wanting to not look like everyone else.
Okay.
Anything that sparked my interest that I wanted to grab on the clothes rack, like I grabbed it and I'll put it together somehow.
Okay. How do you style yourself? Like, how long does it take you to put out an outfit? Like a brand new outfit?
Let's see.
You see, because like at home, like I have all these different pieces that I thrift and stuff like that. And like in my mind, I have an idea, but as soon as even when I go thrifting, like I have an idea of what I like and what sparks my interest. But whenever it's time for me to put things together, like my mind goes completely blank. So like,
whenever I go, so I'm the opposite. Whenever I go shopping, I don't know what I'm putting together. I just grab whatever I like.
Okay.
And then once I get home, that's whenever I start just placing pieces together, trying different things out.
Okay.
It's like trial and error for me. It takes about the least amount of time, probably like 5-10 minutes. Most amount of time, like an hour.
Okay, interesting. You see, I guess that's the difference. I don't have patience to. Okay, you see, I like this shirt on, and then I don't like the pants, so like then I have to go find some other pants. I see. Okay. It's just like a video game where you just move the pieces until you find something you like. Okay. If you could have any shoe right now, if I could have any shoe, it would be the Jordan 1s, the UNC off-white colorway. They're like $1,500. If you could have any shoe, what shoe would it be?
Probably some Balmains.
Balmains, okay.
Some Balmain heels. I don't know what type, but
Okay.
some Balmain heels.
What's the price range for it? Some Balmain
I
heels.
don't know.
But why those?
Because there was this moment in time where I went to a Neiman Marcus.
Okay.
And I was looking at the shoes because, they get like shoes in there from past seasons. And I saw these beautiful heels. And looked at them. There were some Balmains. And I was like, I started crying.
Really?
I literally started crying because I was like, this is like what I hope to get someday.
Okay. Was it just the way it looked? Was it the color, or what brought that type of emotion?
Just how beautiful it was, and like how this brand is people have worked so hard to where they can afford that.
Okay.
So probably like $1,500.
Okay, I see.
Because those were on the runway, so those could probably be up to $2,000 too.
Interesting. Okay. So, how far along have you started on your blog?
I have the site up.
Okay.
It's not published, so you can't like look it up or anything. But I'm like slowly, like actually making the excerpts and stuff like that.
The what?
the posts, not the excerpts, the
Okay.
posts. And I kind of like, once I have it all kind of put together, then I'll eventually buy the domain so that I have my own website address. And so then I can start getting Google ads to kind of have some ads going on there, and then I can make money off of that. And then say like people want to partner with me, then I have like my own domain. So I don't know how to explain it because it's been a while.
No.
I learned about that.
Why a blog though?
A blog. Because I don't know. No, just kidding. I didn't say that. It was just because I realized that I actually enjoyed typing, and that's just kind of, or not typing, but writing.
Writing, okay.
Like I just realized last spring semester, like I really enjoyed writing, and that's kind of how I'm able to express myself and kind of be open with people, because I can't like say it to you face to face. I'll just write my emotions out basically.
Okay.
And I've been doing that since like middle school, but I didn't really realize like what I was doing until recently.
Okay. Do you want to post every day? Do you want to...
Starting off, probably just like once a week.
Okay.
And then eventually like twice a week.
So is it going to be like a diary? A journal? Because I know you wanted to talk about different topics.
Yeah, it's, no. So not a diary. I want it to help people. Because, yeah, that's not like how you get your engagement, because you're writing for the people. You're not writing for yourself.
Of course.
You want to write for the people. So, yeah, I'll just make it about like basically sharing my experiences and my thoughts, and having it like open-ended so that people can share their thoughts, and that's like how they could relate, and like maybe like some tips on like what they could do if like they're stuck, you know what I mean?
Okay. And what's your biggest why, if I was to put it this way, how come it isn't published now? Like what's like your biggest obstacle, or like what's like holding you back from like actually publishing it, or like having it up right now?
I've been real lazy about it.
Okay, for sure.
Mainly like that irrational fear of people like thinking like negatively about it, or like judging me and stuff like that.
Okay.
That's like the biggest thing.
Gotcha. So do you think that's the only reason why it's not up? Like one of the biggest reasons why it's not up yet? And why you've been so lazy? And it's not that you're lazy, but the more you put it off, you could blame it on you being lazy, because you're just so insecure about
what other people are thinking.
Yeah, so you're just like, you know what, I'm just lazy, I just don't want to do it today, because you're just afraid of it.
Like insecurity, basically.
Gotcha. Have you thought about what must happen in order for that to go away? Like, have you set yourself a deadline? I don't like deadlines. Personally, I don't like deadlines because...
my deadline is like by the summer.
Okay. What happens if you don't do it by the summer?
If I don't, then I make a new deadline. That's basically it.
Okay. But you see where I'm going? Like, I was asking, like, what's your biggest obstacle? Because sometimes, like, let's say you wanted to start, like, your clothing brand, right? Like do creative pieces. Like, your biggest obstacle probably would be, like, you have no experience sewing, so, like, you're learning how to sew. But with your blog, it's pretty much you know what I mean? It's like, you could, if you really wanted to, you could just say, tonight I'm gonna write everything I need to write, you know what I mean? Enough for me to have like a week worth, and then like tomorrow I'll write another for like next week and stuff like that. But why not sooner? Then the summer.
I guess because like the summer just makes
I'm
me
gonna
feel
take that
safe.
because my stomach's
Jesus
growling.
Christ,
Sorry.
scared me.
Well, why the summer?
Just because it like makes me feel safe. Like I don't feel like too rushed. You know what I mean?
What else do you do to put yourself out there?
What do you mean?
Like, if you want to start a brand, like, you need to put yourself out there. Well, you need not. You have to put whatever you're trying to promote. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So what are you doing to put yourself? Well, for right now, I'll say yourself, but what I mean is like your brand out there.
Yeah. So probably like Instagram. I'm trying to build put a schedule together to when I need to post and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Having my captions up, and then once I start my blog, I'll probably start posting on Pinterest.
Okay.
And then Snapchat. That's like where I get my most engagement is Snapchat. And then Snapchat is also like one of those platforms that's slowly transitioning to a marketing platform as well.
Do you just post on your stories or you post to Spotlight?
Mainly my stories, because I don't really have anything like super special to post on Spotlight.
Yeah.
Just my Instagram posts.
I heard that Spotlight's giving out money, so you might just
Really?
wanna, like to the top creators. Like I think they have like a budget of $1 million a day. So like the top Spotlight people, and I think I checked it out too. Like I think it shows like if you go to the Spotlight, like look at videos and it has like money, and I think that's how much they made for that video.
Oh my god.
But yes, is it hard to create content?
Sometimes.
What's the hardest thing about it? Creating content.
Being unique.
In what way?
Not doing the same pose everyone else does, that sort of thing.
Okay. Is it hard for you to create content? Because if I was in your shoes, it would be impossible to create content.
What do you mean?
I love the fact that you're so unique, you know what I mean? But in my mind, I'm like, oh, someone already did this, so I can't recreate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like the thing. That's like the hardest part. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's literally this Instagram account, and I think it's called Shit That Bloggers Post, or Shit That Influencers Post. I don't know, but basically, so like one post will be a carousel of like the exact same pose or picture, but it's different bloggers.
Gotcha.
Showing like basically like they're not as unique as you think they are. And so that's what that's like the hardest part.
Okay. Do you think it's gonna affect you in the future? Having that mentality. I'm not saying it's a bad mentality.
I mean it affects me now because like that's why I don't post consistently as I should be and like as I used to be, because I have that mentality and I just have to like knock it off.
Is it an insecurity, do you think?
Yeah, probably. No, yeah.
So you're like, I want to be so unique, but it's more of a defense mechanism instead of like
it's like an excuse. Shout out Gary B. I listen to him all the time.
Okay. Okay. What's the most unique thing about you? And the most basic thing about you. Because I'm sure there's something basic that you do that everybody does.
I wear leggings and
Okay.
jackets, I guess.
Okay. Nice to see. And the most unique? Or was that the most unique thing about you?
I don't know. I don't like saying stuff about myself
Why?
because I feel like I'm just being, what's the word? Selfish.
Selfish. Okay. No.
Yeah.
Selfish is good though. Let's see.
I don't know. You're the one who keeps calling me unique. What? Why do you say that?
No, you said you like to be very unique. You know, like I don't like doing things other people do, and
Yeah.
so you try to be. So I'm like, okay, so what's something like that you pride yourself that you know, like this is something maybe eating cereal with orange juice. You know what I mean? Like what's something unique that nobody else does that you could pride yourself in being so unique.
Probably my fashion.
Okay.
That's like the main thing.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Fashion. What else was I gonna say? These mics are really good. They picked up that.
I know. I heard it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, do you get embarrassed easily?
Sometimes. It just
Yeah.
depends.
Okay. Are you okay? You see, for example, do you like taking pictures of yourself, like in public?
Yeah,
Like,
I
do
do all
you
the
feel
time.
embarrassed?
No. I mean, yes, but like I'll like knock it off and just be like, eh.
Okay, tell me how you get over it, because that's something I've been having a lot, and I mean a lot of trouble. Like,
Yeah, I read your post. I literally went through your Instagram this morning and I read your post. It was like you in a museum.
yeah,
And
so,
the security guard was watching you.
yeah, exactly. Like, I just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, I could take pictures of someone else,
Mm-hmm.
and like I won't be embarrassed because I'm not in front of the camera. But
Well, I don't usually have anyone else. It's usually like just me. Especially now since I'm down here. Like at least back home I had my best friend.
okay,
And like she loves taking pictures, so I'd have her. But yeah, I usually take pictures like with my tripod. Well, tripod's broken. R.I.P. my tripod. I haven't gotten a new one, so I've been using my car or like my purse and set my phone up. And then like if there's people there, I'll just I usually just kind of wait to see like where they're going, just so they're not in my shot.
okay,
Cause I'm like, I don't want you in my shot. So, but I don't know. I'm just like there. I just kind of repeatedly tell myself like I'm never gonna see them again.
okay.
Like, what's it to them? Like, it's me.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm doing this for me. That sort of thing.
How long did it take you? I mean, you don't have to give me specific, like, well, it took me literally 30 days. But, like, did it take you a long time? Or did it take you a short time before you to get inside that mentality? You see, that's why I really want to go into therapy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just, like, what can I do in moments like that to get over fear? Because, like, there's a lot of things I personally want to do, but I just don't do them because of silly fears. Like, oh, someone's...
They're irrational fears.
Yeah, things that I'm like, that once I'm at home, I'm like, you know what, I should have just... Like, if you see, like, a guy, you know, like, walking by and, like, you really like their outfit, you know, just say, no, like, I really like your outfit, you know, like, because you truly mean it, even if it's a guy or a girl, like, but, like, if you see, like, a guy and, like, you know, like, you really like his outfit or his shoes, you know, like, sometimes I'm like, something so simple like that where I'm like, I could have just said, like, oh, wow, I really like those shoes, like, not even to start a conversation, but just to give a plain compliment. Like,
that's one thing that I do a lot. I give compliments a lot. Like, if I see something and I like it, I will be like, hey, I really love your outfit right now. And I will literally like go out of my way to make sure I tell them.
you see, okay.
Because I love people that compliment me.
Yeah.
And that way, like my outfits specifically, like I love when people compliment my outfits and like how I'm dressed or like whatever I'm doing. Like one time, I don't remember when was I? No, I can't think right now. But yeah, I love giving people compliments because I know people, because I love them, so why wouldn't someone else love them? You know
Of course.
what I mean? So, yeah. But I actually just saw this TED Talk. And
TED Talk or TikTok?
TED Talk,
Okay.
not TikTok. Ew.
Ew.
I don't really like TikTok.
TikTok's the best platform ever. Better than
You
anything
sound like
out
a
there.
15-year-old girl.
It really is.
No, I'm just gonna ignore the fact that you said that. Thank you. Anywho, this TED Talk where I can't remember who the speaker was. Her name was Mel. I know that. And she said it takes in the first 5 seconds of you thinking of something, you have to react on it, or you're not gonna do it. So once you see that person walking by and you like their shoes, you have 5 seconds to force yourself to compliment them. That's what I do to myself all the time.
Okay.
I force my mindset all the time.
Okay. You think therapy helps for that though? Like,
It'll help people that aren't already thinking like that, because I've always thought like that. I don't remember when it started, but I realized that I needed to not think negatively, but I still do, obviously. But I always just force myself. It's like instead of physically pushing myself, it's in my head and I'm forcing myself to do it.
okay.
It's all about mental force.
And how do you develop mental force? I think that's why I want to go to therapy. To get answers like that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can read a book, but like books are good to read, but I don't capture all the information. Instead of like me asking like a person like what I really want to know and trying to get their feedback back.
Yeah. Wait, what was the question? I forgot.
I forgot myself too. But okay. Okay.
Was it how to develop that or what?
I think something along those lines.
Your will to do something has to be greater than your fear of doing it.
You see, but like, I don't like to be a Debbie Downer. I really don't. But I like to question things because, like, in moments, like all that positivity goes away fast. Like again, going back to taking pictures of myself, you know what I mean, or doing anything. Like going to the park, I was literally gonna go by myself, do nothing, you know what I mean, just work out. Like, but the difference was there was people around. I mean, they don't know who I am. They could care less about who I am. But it was just my own mindset, you know what I mean. I had like
That's how I am.
so much opportunity for me just to go there, but
I won't work out
no.
like that. No, never.
Why?
I don't like going to the gym because I have to create my own workout. No, I'm not gonna do that.
What do you mean?
Because I don't know what to do in the
Okay.
gym.
Oh. You see, that was one of my biggest insecurities until I started watching TikToks. And I don't know, it's just like I just started like, there's this guy that he does like, I admire like his physique, you know what I mean? Like he's like yeah. Anyways, so like there's like exercises like that he does, like if it's arm day, he does like certain routines, and I just like save all his videos, and I just do like exactly what he's doing just to replicate well, yeah, that was random.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
Oh, it was about you hating work, you know.
I like going. I mean, yeah, I actually hate working out. but like once I do it, like I'm so energetic afterwards. Like if I work out at night, I'll come home and I'm like so energetic, and my roommate like notices.
Your roommate what?
My roommate notices like I'm super duper energetic.
Okay.
I'm like, sorry.
So after a workout. Okay, so if you don't work out at the gym, you work out Orange Theory, and if it's not there, you just don't work out? Okay.
I have to have someone telling me what to do, telling me the exercises to do.
Okay. Oh, speaking about that, okay. So is that just in general? Do you need to have someone to tell you what to do and how to do it? Or do you have that self-will to, going back to your blog, you know what I mean? No one's going to force you or push you to do that thing. Nobody's going to force you or push you to start a blog or a brand. No one's going to tell you how to do it. Nobody's going to do all of that. You know what I mean? Like, how do you plan on figuring all of that out?
I don't know. I guess whenever you just become passionate about something, you just like, you have that will to do it and you want to learn about it.
Do you currently have that will, if you're being honest, to do it?
Now I do.
Okay. And what sparked it? Since you just said now.
Well, not like right now.
No, of course. It was this amazing
like right
talk
now.
that I was just giving you.
It was just our talk. I was like, wow, really gotta get to it now.
No, but what sparked?
This influencer that I follow, her name's Creator Jules on Instagram. She had this seminar. It was called the Creative Business Crash Course. And so it was free, so I was like, okay, why not? Like, I did it, and I went to it, and it was really cool. It was just like a handful of people, like I think like 12 people at most. And since I wanted to really learn, like I was very into it. Like I was very vocal, I was very active, like in anything, like any question she asked, I was always like one of the first people to say something and stuff like that. Like I wanted to learn. I wanted to know how to start my blog, how to create a creative business from scratch essentially. And like really just like her, she kind of helped me out. And then the very first person that made me realize I wanted to start a blog was my English professor last 2 summers ago.
Okay.
And then that.
What about it
spring,
made you?
She was
What did she do to spark that interest?
Well, we would always be writing, and she would give, like, I don't know, she would give, like, really good feedback on everything. Like, one time, we would have, like, one-on-one conferences on our essays, and one time, I think you were supposed to come in with, like, half your essay done or something. I came in with a page, like half a page done, and I was like, hey, I know we were supposed to come in with like 5, got about a paragraph or 2 here.
5 pages?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, okay.
No, I want to say I actually did have a full page though, because I wrote it in 30 minutes. I was like in the library, like just grinding it out, and then she also helped me learn, like, just put all your ideas out. Don't think about editing or anything. So that's like another thing I do.
Okay.
So yeah, she helped me with that. And so that conference, she was like, oh, okay, like, you know, let's see. So she looked at it and she's like, you have amazing ideas going on. Now you just need to stretch it out and put it all down. I was like, what? And she basically created the whole rest of my essay from this one page and was able to explain to me exactly how to do it, like what route I should take.
Okay.
And I just thought it was like incredible how she was able to do that from one page of poorly written, non-edited writing. And I was supposed to come in with 5. Yeah. feedback was always amazing. Like, she'd always be honest. Like, if you were kind of straying away or not keeping to your thesis statement, she'll help you out on that. Yeah.
Okay.
She just made me realize like I enjoyed writing. I wrote an essay over Kanye West's graduation album and Trippie Redd's Life's a Trip album.
How long were they?
I think it was like a 5-page essay.
What was it, like a biography?
It was
Or your opinion about it?
no, it was like a compare and contrast or something like
You were
that.
comparing both of them?
Like the artwork, the album covers.
Okay.
Like we had to
Individually
analyze
of Kanye and Trippie.
individually and then together.
Oh, okay.
So it was like it was an analyzation over both of them.
Okay.
Like what do these different things mean in each of them and stuff like that.
Are those your favorite artists?
No. I mean, I like them, but they were just like the most interesting artists album covers that I found
Okay.
that I liked. Yeah.
Makes sense. You mentioned when you went to, what was your name? That 12-person conference that you went to.
Oh, Creator Jules.
Yes.
Yeah,
How important do you think is it to have friends? How important do you think how important is a friendship in your mind? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think it's
I think they're like if you have a good friendship, I think it's important to make sure it is an important relationship. But if you don't have those friends, like it's fine.
Is it?
Rather have no friends than a bunch of fake friends.
Gotcha. Okay. And in your definition, what consists of a good friend?
Someone that's always there for you. Someone that like will be like by your side no matter like what's going on. Like they can help you through any situation. They're always supporting you. They're never like looking down on you or like saying like your ideas are bad and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like no matter like how big.
Okay. And are you good at making friends?
I'm good at making I don't know. I'm good at making friends with everyone.
Okay.
Like I can be friends with everyone, but doesn't mean it's like an important friendship.
Gotcha. Okay. I see. And have you found like people you're able to create or expand or do stuff where y'all both benefit from it? You know what I mean? Like I could invite a friend and I could tell her, you know what, come with me thrifting, and after that let's go take pictures of the outfits, or let's go to the laundry room and wash the clothes, and she'll do it because she's my friend, but it doesn't mean she's enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
like how hard is it to find friends that enjoy the same thing? Well, they don't necessarily have to enjoy the same things as you, but like friends that are down for anything.
I think that's kind of difficult to find friends that like want to do anything, because I'm very open-minded, so that's why I'm very I think that's why I'm very social.
Okay.
Because I'm so open-minded, like I'm down for anything. I'm always like the yes man.
Okay.
Like no matter what. Like you could say, do you want to go to the library? And I'd be like, okay. Like I'm down, and I'd enjoy myself. Like you know, like the love languages.
Yeah.
Well, my top one, it was literally like off a perfect score by like 2 points or something like that.
Okay. What was it?
And it was quality time.
Okay.
Because I just like being with people. Like I don't care. side of the road. I'd be like, nice.
Okay.
I'd be having a great time.
The reason why I asked is I personally suck at keeping friends. I know how to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to keep a conversation going, but I guess I don't know. I've had such a hard time like keeping friends. I guess it's because our interests don't match. You know what I mean? Like
That's the hard part. That's why I wasn't friends with a lot of people at my high school. Because I didn't want their I didn't want to waste their time. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So I was like, I don't want you to waste my time if you're not like fully enjoying yourself, and I don't want to waste your time if we're both not enjoying ourselves. So I like being with people that either share my same interests or like are down for whatever.
Okay.
And if not, if there's no one around, then like it's just me. Like I will go out by myself all the time. I'll go eat by myself.
Okay.
I usually go shopping by myself, especially now because my brother's not here.
Okay. As much as I like to be by myself, I'm starting to realize, for me personally, it isn't the path that I want to take. I just now I'm starting to realize how important like having friendships are, like how important like making new connections are. Like I think I have like that pessimist mentality most of the time, and like whenever I'm at work I always put on a mean face, and like I always seem so angry and stuff like that. But I think it's a defense mechanism, and it all stemmed like since I was like little, you know what I mean? Like just being very antisocial, being very like to yourself and stuff like that. And like now, like I'm starting to realize that's not what I want. So like trying to break out of that bubble is like, I think it's the hardest part. So now I'm trying to I'm trying to learn what steps to do, you know what I mean? Like what to do. Like if we were to all be like in a classroom, like let's say at school, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't approach people, you know? Like,
that's how I was.
Like yeah, it's just like building like that confidence. And now I'm starting to realize that it is important to like have friendships, especially friends that like that you could do things with, and that's something I really want to start building. And
you want to have deep friendships. You don't want to have friendships.
Yeah, I think I want to have a variety of friendships too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's say I met like a very awesome like photographer, but we just don't click because that person's like super busy, and like there's no. But I want to be able to say like if someone comes and they're like, oh, like I need photos, like do you know any great photographers? I'm like, oh yeah, I just recently met like this person, and this person's like really good at taking pictures. I really enjoy it, and be able to say, you know what, like I'm not friends, but I know who, like I could refer you to someone that I really admire their work, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so networking.
Yeah, networking. So like
I like networking. It's fun.
And that's one thing I'm trying to figure out, because I think it's super hard, especially whenever like you're shy and very timid, like just
you kind of have to just act like you really have to tell yourself you are in your own world. Like people tell you all the time, like, or they tell me all the time, like, you just act like you're in your own world. And I'm like, yeah,
okay. Yeah,
because I'm here for what? Like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's one in a, I think it's like 4 trillion or 40 trillion chance of you being here.
Yeah.
So I'm here, like, let me just do me, okay? So, yeah. I just really like meeting people. I love talking to people. Like you said, you can carry a conversation. I can carry a conversation with someone who wants to carry a conversation.
Okay.
Like people who are short, I'm just like, okay, no. Like nothing. So I just kind of leave them alone. And I just like being like, I don't know. I feel like everybody should be nice. I think everyone's nice in this world, and I can trust everyone because I'm in my own world here. But yeah, it's fine.
That's fine. Okay. To finish it off, like, what is something that you would want to change? Like, if you could change.
My insecurities,
Okay, and that is?
all of them. Insecurity of
What's the biggest one that, like,
they're all even. There's not
there's
one
not
that's
one that, like,
higher than the other. No,
really?
they're all the exact same.
Or what's like the first insecurity that pops in your mouth?
People thinking about like what people say,
Okay.
which is the most cliche one, but it is. So annoying.
People think about you. Okay. So what is like your future goal that you want to be able to accomplish? And yeah, what's your like
Like in one sense.
like what like where you're like, oh, I finally made it, you know what I mean? Like, I finally reached the goal that I've strived for, and like this is like this was like the very top. Now I can go on to do something like either completely different, but like your top main goal, then you're like, oh, I finally like reached like what I always wanted to be.
I guess whenever like I'm able to somehow impact the whole world into being nice and kind to each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the best way in your mind at this point to start with that idea? Like what, like if you, like, for example, if I wanted to start a restaurant, right? And I was to like what is one thing I need help with, right? It's like, I would say, like, finding a location. Like, what is one thing
probably finding like-minded people,
okay.
because people can say they're like kind and like they're doing, or what you gonna say? I don't know. I just feel like the basis of being kind to each other is trust in each other. That's why I'm so trustworthy of everyone.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm overly trustworthy of everyone. Like, for all I know, you could have brought me down here and killed me. But I didn't. I was like, we're just going on a hike. But like, if I was like someone else, they would have been like, no, I'm not going on a hike.
Your idea under the bridge was yours. Not mine.
See? Like,
no, but is there anything you want to plug or anything like you want to plug? Your Instagram?
my little Instagram.
That's not what I meant like that. But
My little Instagram. My Instagram is Kazey Olvera, Kaz, Z as in zebra, EYOLVERA.
you see, I would tell you to plug your TikTok. Do you have a TikTok?
Yeah, I don't post on it. I mean, I post on it when I'm bored, but it's not like serious.
That's
I guess just random.
well,
But all my socials are that same thing.
sounds good.
Twitter, Facebook.
I'm gonna keep an eye on that blog. Hopefully it doesn't take longer than summer for you to post something. But I'll keep pushing.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Surround yourself with people that build you up, not people that are just stagnant. That's what you have to figure out. That's the hardest part of making friendships.
much. People that are building you up.
Not people that are stagnant and just stuck.